Hello, good day, people. Good day. So, I just want to do this quick one. A strategy for someone. The person said I should give him a strategy that he will use to trade. Now, I have like different strategy, but this strategy is very potent. Okay. Now, all you need is just to make sure that you abide to the rules of the strategy. So, this strategy has three major indicators. So let me add the indicators. So the first one would be alligator. Okay, so this is the default you save. Okay, so the second one would be moving average exponential 50. So I'm going to change this to 50. Okay, apply to close is exponential, apply to close. Okay, so color, let me change it to white because I'm having a black background. So I'm changing it to white. I'll save. So let's go to the screen to see. Okay, so this is what we have as the strategy, right? This is what we have. Okay, so now we're going to be adding the third one, which is MACD. So I go and I add MACD. MACD, very simple but potent strategy. So I save default. Okay, so let's go back to the chart. So this is the MACD. Now I want to smooth the MACD, so I'm going to be adding another thing to the MACD. I'm going to be adding, so this time we are adding to window 1, so I'm going to be adding moving average exponential 2. Okay, all right, so this time I'm applying to previous indicator data or even first indicator data because it's the first and it's the previous. So I'm adding. Then the color, I'm changing it to say yellow. Okay, all right, I'm going to say okay, then save. Okay, so let's see how it looks like. All right, so these are simple as this. So right now the strategy is set, strategy is ready. The video will be about say 10 minutes. So now how do you use this strategy? So now this strategy is simple. Now two things you want this okay, so this my crosshair will not really show very well because it's black on the black background. So you want the market to close below the you want the market to close below you want the market to close below the moving average 50 and at the same time the alligator. So now the market has closed here now and it came to do a retest. So upon this retest, this became the first candle. So let me show you here. I'm talking about this is the retest. Okay, after the retest, this is the first candle. This one here is the first red candle. So now you can enter this trade. So now the another thing you want to look at is the oscillator. So this is the oscillator. The oscillator must be below the zero line. So this is MACD. MACD has zero line. You want to make sure that the histogram is below the zero line. Okay, that is just it. Let your histogram be below the zero line. Okay, then you're good to go. So this strategy, you enter this trade. Where is your TP? Your TP, you'll always look back to get your TP. So now this one, you can use this place as TP. Let me delete this. You can use this place as TP. Okay, so we're looking at external liquidity. So you enter this trade. This was where you enter the trade. So the first red candle closed. So that's your first level of TP. So your next level of TP would be this one. So this, you're just looking to external liquidity. So that you have taken first TP does not mean that the trend will not continue. The trend may continue and you can always follow it. So how do you use this to follow trend continuation? You want to use this for trend continuation. What you just do is whenever the market pull back to the moving average and at the same time the MACD, I mean the alligator, you want to wait for the candles to close like two red candles. So this place now, you see, after this pullback, there was the first red and the second red. So you can enter from here as trend continuation, and you can see that the trend continues because the MACD is still below the zero line. You can see how long this trend has moved. So now let's now use this particular strategy now to go to lower time frame. So let's see. So let's go. This is 15 minutes. Okay, this is 15 minutes. So you don't want to stay on the trade for too long. You want to just be getting your signals, and you launch at the same time. So for this particular signal, what you want to do is first, now this market has crossed now like this. Now it has crossed the, you can see it crossed the moving average and also the alligator, and this was a pullback. This red candle here is the pullback. Then after the pullback, you now have these first two candles. Now this, why these first two candles, the first one, you may not enter with the first one alone because the first one did not engulf the red candle, but even with the second one, it didn't engulf, but it's enough for you to enter. I haven't printed the second candle. So let's assume you enter this trade from here. So this was where you entered this trade. You entered from here. Now you look for external liquidity. Okay, so you look where is the next external liquidity. Now it's far, so you want to look. Now your TP for this trade can be here. Your first TP can be here. Okay, your first TP can be here, or maybe take it up here. External liquidity, you want to sweep external liquidity, so that's for your first TP. Now your second TP here. So now this trade, you don't need to stay too long on the trade. Now what about your XL? Now your XL is always below the previous swing low of that particular entry. So now for this particular one, this was where we entered the trade. So now this was where we entered the trade. This was where we entered the trade. This was where we entered the trade. Okay, now your stop loss will be below here, just below here. Your stop loss will always be very minor. All right, your stop loss will be very minor. So you can see that we have not hit TP and there's a pullback. So there's a kind of pullback you will see. You can actually exit the trade. Okay, so this strategy is let me go to another asset. So let's say like let's say vol 80. Okay, let's say vol 80. Okay, forget this, my lines. I use them to scalp vol 80. Okay, so let's go to like 5 minutes on vol 80 now. Okay, so when I'm using this, my line to scalp vol 80, I use them as TPs. Okay, so I use them as TP levels. You don't need this one. So now, so let's assume you have seen this market like this. Dot did this, came down, did this, came down, and all of this. So this was the final time the market came and rested very well below the 50 moving average. So your entry for this trade would be, now it broke below, and this after this first white candle here, this next one, now you see this first and this rejection from that level. So after the second red candle, you'll be entering that trade. Where's the place again? Where's that place? Okay, so you enter this trade from here now. So when you enter this trade, look at how far the trade went. Okay, so this is how the strategy work. And the same time you enter this trade, you look down, you can see very well that, all right, the MACD level is below the zero line. Okay, so it's already 10 minutes. Let me end this video. Let me end this video, please. It's too long now.